It is kicking off another news day with some news out of the ordinary because it is focused on Impact Wrestling, as Impact Wrestling just had their first pay per view of the new year last night, and that is Hard to Kill. Hard to Kill saw the return of Frankie Kazarian to Impact Wrestling, where Frankie Kazarian disclosed that he is not only returning to Impact Wrestling full time, but he is no longer a part of AEW, asking for his release and being granted his release from AEW. Frankie was one of the founding fathers of AEW, and I guess things never worked out for him in All Elite Wrestling. And, well, basically, he's back where it all began. He said he wanted to test himself before his career was over, and the best way for him to test himself is in Impact Wrestling, where late last year he had a 40-minute marathon match with a Impact Wrestling champion, Josh Alexander. Josh Alexander had spent most of 2022 tearing down the house with a variety of opponents, including Kazarian. But Kazarian has never been Impact Wrestling World Champion, and now he could become the elder statesman of the X Division, and also not just the X Division, but the elder statesman of Impact Wrestling in general, upon his return to his old stomping ground. Either way, though, what we know now is he is no longer a member of AEW, and he is officially a full-time member of Impact Wrestling once again. But that's not all the newsworthy information from Impact Wrestling's pay-per-view last night, as Mickie James remains an active performer, defeating Jordynne Grace for the Impact Wrestling Knockouts Championship to become the Knockouts Champion once again. If you remember this time last year, Mickie James was heading into the Royal Rumble as Impact Wrestling Knockouts Champion, and actually was on loan from Impact Wrestling to WWE for the Royal Rumble match as sort of a make-good on the part of WWE after releasing Mickie the way they released her back in 2020 or 2021. And basically now she's back to where she started, but the only question is, if Mickie James is the women's or now that Mickie James is the Knockouts champion, what does that mean for her last rodeo tour? Is she still going to put her career on the line in every single match that she has, or is that done for now? Because that means that, or maybe it's just every single title match that she has, and not every single match that she has. Because that would make sense as well, to have it be every single title match, but not every single match. Because that means if somebody beats Mickie James for the women's champion, for the Knockouts title, then they could become the person who defeated Mickie James and retired a legend from the wrestling business. That is something that we will find out in the not too distant future, I'm sure. Stay tuned for Impact Wrestling this week on Access. Not only that, but a new authority figure was named as Santino Marella debuted or returned, formerly Anthony Corelli, in Impact Wrestling. Santino Marella debuted as the Director of Authority for Impact Wrestling. And for those who may not know, WWE's trademark on the name Santino Marella expired last year, and then Anthem picked it up to allow Corelli to use his former WWE name in Impact Wrestling. Santino has been working with for Impact Wrestling. Santino's been working with Impact Wrestling, feeding talent from his training facility up in Canada to Impact Wrestling over the last couple of years. So him doing a little bit more with I don't know why I keep calling him TNA, or wanting to call him TNA. Him wanting to do, or them wanting him to do a little bit more with Impact Wrestling is not surprising. And it is a fitting role for a wrestling veteran, but I don't think we will see Santino get physically involved, because there are reasons why Santino has not wrestled much since his WWE tenure ended, and it is a perfect role for a comedy veteran like Santino to benefit Impact Wrestling, and it gives Scott D'Amore a break from an active role on television and allows him to go backstage again. The last thing I want to make note of before we switch to the next news video is that Kushida will be accepting Darby Allin's championship title challenge. Darby Allin will be accepting the title challenge next week on Dynamite. So we will see Kushida challenge Darby Allin for the TNT Championship this Wednesday night on Dynamite, as the open challenge continues from the TNT Champion. If this is something we're going to see on a bi-weekly basis, where 1 week it's going to be on Dynamite, the other week it's going to be on Rampage, then that's a pretty good way to get some, importance and stability put in place for the TNT title. I still say I would love to see Adam Cole be the one to become the first feud, or one of the first feuds, for Darby Allin and the TNT Championship, to give Adam Cole his first taste of championship gold in AEW. But either way, this is it for my thoughts on these subjects now. We got another news video coming later today. Till then, I will see you in the next one.